Oh, and let me just tell you this. I actually have a couple of days on my phone of videos I have not uploaded yet. He's had a real struggle with internet. When he was in the Rockies, he's actually not the Rockies, Smokies. He's actually out of the Smokies now, and he really wasn't able to send me a lot while he was in the Smokies. I'm going to do the side. So I am a little behind, but he did send me some, and I hadn't really felt great. And so I have just not uploaded them yet, and I'm probably going to get in trouble. I know there are people, I know his dad, if you're out there, B-Bob, I'm sorry. I know his dad wants to know what's going on. He is safe and sound. I just haven't been able to get those loaded yet. And I promise I'm going to. I promise. I promise, pinky swear, I'm going to get those loaded. It's just been crazy. It's just been busy. We've sold so many kits. And we actually still have a couple of sunflower kits. If anybody was wanting one, I think we have 4. But it's just been one of those crazy weeks, and I've been a little under the weather. So now my daughter's here. She's going to help me get all our new member packets out and help with animals and that sort of stuff. So hopefully things will get a little better. Maybe she'll baby me a little too. I don't know. All right. So thank you for the sprinkles. So we're going to get the sides done so it'll be easy to just layer down and do the top. All right, well done. There we are. Hey Jane, you're not late. We're just getting started. You just got here at just the right time. You missed all my blabber. And we're just getting started painting our black background. We took a vote and decided on a black background. Again, right here is the canvas size. Right here. So let me get this. Almost done. She is actually 39 years old, Christine. She will be 40 this year. I know, I don't look like I have a 39-year-old daughter, do I? That was a joke, y'all, I know. I wish. All right, so now I'm just going to get this black, real generous coat of this black on my canvas. We're going to be gifting this to someone who sprinkles, so I want it to be pretty. So we're going to make sure it's nice and covered. I just need to squirt some on there. I feel like I'm just taking forever to do this. Just putting a little bitty bit on at a time. So one of the other things we're doing, yeah, I was actually 19. Well, I was 20 when she was born. One of the other things that's gone to the wayside is I haven't cut my grass, and I know it's April, and most of you probably are like, yeah, so what? But yeah, my grass needs cutting, so I'm hoping to get that done as well before I fetch him, so he doesn't get here and think, you just were waiting on me to get back to do all the hard stuff. So we're going to get that grass cut too. I'm telling you, I've been hyper focused on moving, getting everything straight, and I've neglected home. All right, so nice coat of black. So thank you for the stars, guys. Thank you, Diana. I know I missed some somewhere. Thank you, Rebecca, Melinda. Thank you guys for the stars. I appreciate that so much. Let's get this this dry, and then we can paint flowers. And again, if you just got here, I don't have any grandchildren, Christine. I do not have any. My daughter can't have kids, and my son, I fuss at him on a daily basis about where are my grandkids. Thank you, Mary. Hey, Charlotte. Oh, I'm not doing it, Charlotte. I'm not doing the grass. Yeah, I'm not cutting it. I do have a mower, though. I do have a riding mower that Steve got, but I'm still not cutting it. That's not my gig. Not for me. Thank you for the sprinkles. Right, Ann? That's what I'm thinking. I just want, after we're done here, my plan, and I was telling my daughter this earlier, after we're done here, my plan, I got a little white spot there. My plan was to pour myself a little red coffee and to go out on the back patio, and I have one of those cute fire pits. Charlotte, let me give you my address. Not my thing, not my thing. Yay, 10 grands. I'm gonna have to borrow y'all's grandkids if my son doesn't do something for me fast. So, I forgot what I was saying. I don't know what I was talking about. So let me find, I want to pour a little water in this because I don't want that black in my water yet because we have some fun things to do and I don't really want it in there. What is that dot on the upper? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, right there, it's a paint booger. We'll cover it up with a flower. It's just a chunk of paints. So basically we are going to do something along these lines. I'm not even going to use this. Catherine, you go. Oh, fire pit. Thank you, Billy. So I have one of those fun fire pits that has crushed glass in it. So we're going to sit out. She just got here today. So we're going to sit out on the fire pit on the back patio, and we are going to just enjoy our time. First set at 19, second at 24. Yes. My first at 20 and my second at 28. So they're 8 years and 10 days apart. I'm going to add a little green to my palette, and I'm going to get a round brush. I did get some round brushes, y'all. Y'all be proud of me. Proud of me. I went and got canvas, so I went ahead and picked up a couple round brushes. So, I don't know why I've got the hiccups again, y'all. Fire and red wine, that's right. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna freehand this. I am just gonna go into the middle of my canvas and I'm just going to start making green stems, just flower stems. And I think I'm gonna make myself a little water line. That's where I may actually use a piece of glass. That's where that's gonna go to hold my stems together, but I just want to know where it is so I can not get out of line. So basically all I'm gonna do is just start coming through that little water thing and make myself some stems in that general area. So I'm gonna start about a couple inches down, and I actually need more paint than that, don't I? Come on, girl. We are gonna just add stems. Hopefully we're gonna do a better job than that. Hang on, let me get some water on my brush. And add stems in that general area. Coming in all different directions. Some long, some shorter, some skinny, some fat. So this is kind of our beginning spots. Now I do like that we have a lot of green in the center, because what we're going to do next, because we are going to layer kind of like, remember last night when we were doing the hydrangea? I'm going to come up a little, and we just layer dots on dots on dots. So we're going to layer leaves and flowers on leaves and flowers. All right, so here is where we're going to start. You're just going to kind of measure out. You can make a little pencil line about 1.5 inches wide and just come straight up and out and make yourself some leafy shapes. Now, before we move on, I think I'm going to get a little smaller brush if I can find one. I know I have one. Where is it? We'll use this. And I'm going to get a little bit of a darker green and just add a little bit of shadowing on, yeah, mine are 32 and 40 this year. A little bit of shadowing just in our stems, not too much, because some of that's going to be covered and we're going to be adding flowers and all kinds of stuff, but we do need some variety. We don't want all our stems to be the same. And I'm going to throw a little bit of white out too. Hey, Annie. A little bit of white, a little bit of dark. This, guys, is how I love to paint. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll let you know when I'm done. This is my kind of paint. All right, I'm going to get a little bit of white, and we're going to do a little bit of just pale green, because I still have that green in my brush. So just add a little white to it and just a few strokes of that lightness in it as well. So it kind of becomes three-dimensional. So it's not just one solid color of green. So that's our start. What do you think? Looks like the weeds in my front yard. You're trying to aid your son, weren't you, Becky? Okay, so I'm going to hit this. No, I'm not. I'm going to just add a few leaves here and there, especially in the middle, so that when we start painting our flowers, we don't have a lot of void in the center. So I'm going to start by just adding some little leaves. Yay, Bianca. I'm going to start by adding just a few leaves here and there. Thank you, Deanna, for the stars. And let's see, I'm going to start with the light green. And maybe like on this piece here, I'm just going to add, okay, so here's what I want to tell you. I want to be very specific about what I'm doing. So this is a round brush. It's actually a size 8, and it's got that little point on it. You can see, right? So I've loaded my brush, and I'm going to use the point of my brush as the tip of my leaf. And what you're going to do is touch down with the point. And as you pull towards the stem, you're going to press down. So we're going to go touch and press down and then pull back up. And that's going to create a little leaf shape without you even trying. Right? Super cool. All right, let's do a couple more. I'm going to come on this side. We're going to do it again. You want to roll your brush. I want to show you what we're going to do. So once you get it saturated with paint, you're going to roll it so it has that nice point, right? Then it makes it easier. So you're going to come out about 1/2 inch. You're going to touch down. And as you pull towards your stem, you're going to push down and then come back up. We'll do one more on that. Roll. And we're going to push down and then pull back up. Now I'm just going to come through here a little to blend all that in. And voila, there's our first leaves. So cute. Thank you, Valerie. Thank you, Georgia. So I'm just gonna do that in a couple of random places, no rhyme or reason. So I'm just gonna add some leaves here and there, some little, some big, just to give the inside of my bouquet some bulk. All right, so I'm gonna do a little bit bigger one, maybe right here. Push down, pull up, and then we'll bring that in so it kind of fits better. And I'm gonna do one here, push down, pull up, we'll blend it in, and we'll do some little baby ones too. I'm gonna add a little bit of dark. So over here on this one, I'm gonna do little ones, okay? So I'm gonna do, it's kind of the same technique, and I like to start on the tip, and we may put a flower on here, but I'm still gonna do it. So little babies. So just go back and forth. I need one here too. Back and forth. And add just some random leaves. And like I said, some of these may disappear as we work, but that's okay. All right, loving the background as well. Now I'm going to grab a little bit of that darker green on my brush, still have that light green on it, but while it's still wet, I'm just going to add a tiny, just a little swipe of that dark, just on one side. And we'll just add a little swipe here and there on these little baby ones. All right, and I'm gonna offload that, pick up a tiny bit of white on that same dirty brush, and just kind of swipe on the opposite side of that. So it kind of brings out some dimension in your leaves. All right, so let's just keep going. We're gonna add a few more leaves. I keep going into the wrong color. And I'm gonna add a big old leaf, kind of random right here in the center, because I may do a little miniature hydrangea there. So hopefully I won't do this wrong. Let's do it like that. All right. And let's do, so basically you just add in some leaves wherever, because it doesn't really even matter where, because when we start to do our flowers, if we feel like we need to add some more leaves in, we can do that as well. So I'm going to add another leaf here. Just random. Let's get a little bit of that dark color. Just a little swipe of it. And a little bit of white on that dirty brush, so it's not really, doesn't really come off as white so much as a light green. And I'm gonna just make, y'all don't panic, okay? Here's what I'm gonna do. Just wanna add in some green, like this, just to fill in some color. Don't panic, y'all. It's gonna be okay, I promise. A little dark on top of it. All right, now I'm gonna hit this with my dryer because I want to go ahead and define some of these leaves before we move on. That was easy. Okay, so I'm going to take my little pen, my Master's Touch from Hobby Lobby, graphic marker, and since I'm going to layer, I'm going to go ahead and just add some detail to some of these leaves in case I'm unable to do it since I'll be covering some of them up, and maybe it'll be partially showing. And I'm going to just pull some of this through here as well. We'll outline these a little, and then we're going to start layering in some flowers. All right, I think that's good. Make a few lines here and there. Okay, so I'm going to start with the middle, okay? So I'm going to start with right here in the center, and we're going to do another hydrangea. That was so much fun, and I got my big fat brush now, so we're going to go ahead and just start with that. And I think I'm going to do it. I know I want to do roses. I'm going to do a couple of roses in pinks and corals. So I think I'm going to go ahead, and I've got purple for some irises, yellow for sunflowers. So I think I'm going to start with the same color hydrangea that we had. Okay, so I'm just going to mimic on a smaller scale what we did last night. Okay, so I'm going to add that Prussian back to my plate again. A little bit of Prussian, and it's just going to be a smaller scale. So the Prussian and the French blue again. And we're going to use that white as well. So if you remember from last night, we started just doing 4 little blobs and built it up, built it up, built it up. All right. So I'm going to start with the lighter. I'm going to start with the darker, the Prussian. And here is my hydrangea leaf. So I'm going to just start making 3 to 4 blobs. We'll add a little white to it, and I'm just going to start building into a circle. Okay, so I'm making 3 dots, and I am just going to build, going back and forth and building color. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We'll go into the lighter. 1, 2, 3. We'll go into the darker with a little white on it. So I am just going to go crazy. A little of the lighter color, a little of the dark. And you're just layering it on one on top of the other. Because a hydrangea literally just looks like a bunch of little tiny petals all piled up. And I'm going to make it just a smidge bigger. I'm going to throw in a tiny bit, thank you for the sprinkles, a tiny bit of green as well, because I used all my green. And I'm going to make this just a smidge bigger. Go into the light color, the French blue. And we'll bring it down just a little. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And I think that's good. All right, so while that's wet, I'm gonna grab actually, I'm going to use my stylus. You can use something small and pointy. I just want to add a little bit of green in the middle of that. Just here and there. Just a few little green dots or smears or whatever. Just to make it a little authentic. And if you find that you've made your green dots too big or if they're too defined, you can just come back and just pop over it a little. Just want a little taste of that green in there. All right, hydrangea, done, check. I'm gonna add a few more little white bits here and there, right there. All right, let's rinse. Thank you, Deanna. Yes, Deborah, you can watch the replay any time. So that is my first flower. Okay, so the next thing I think I'm gonna do, y'all don't panic, okay? I'm gonna add a sunflower. Okay, so I'm just add it right off of this little piece right here. So I'm gonna get some the straw color. And I am just going to make a few sunflower petals. I'm also going to get my cinnamon color from the weekend. Can't have a bouquet without a sunflower. All right. So I am just going to go in. I'm going to load my brush. Oh, what did I get my finger in? And I'm just going to go in and start. Let me roll that. I want a little nicer points. And I'm going to do like just some petals. So I'm going to go here. And then I'll go here. And I'll put a little one here. And I'm going to do one here. And then one is going to be up into the sunflower. And I'm trying to like figure out where my brown's gonna be and not go too far into that. So let's do there. Trying to leave a space for it. This side, let's go match it kind of. Oh, put my hand in the hydrangea, so let's don't do that. All right, I'm gonna add my center, and then if I need to fudge that a little, I will. Let me get a smaller brush and add in a little color for the center. Why do I keep losing my brush I want? All right, so I'm gonna use a little bit of just burnt umber. And we're gonna add in that sunflower center. So let's just, oh my gosh, y'all. I don't know. Time out. Time out. All right, hang on. I hope I have another paper towel because I just knocked over the brown. I don't think we're going to be needing that much brown paints in this art piece. So let me put the top back on that. I made quite the mess. So maybe if my daughter is actually listening, she'll bring me another paper towel. Let me put that away. I made quite the mess, guys. So I'm just going to fill that in a little bit with the brown. And then, oh my goodness, I got to move this off my table. It's seeping through. Hang on, y'all. I'm going to wrap it up. I do not need that on my floor. All right, let's get rid of that. I do have a little napkin here. Disaster has struck. All right, let's see if we can do better. Let's see if we can do better. So I'm going to just let this sit for a minute. And then we'll come back and we'll let it dry out just for a few seconds and we'll come back to it. So while we're doing that, I am going to add, I think I'm going to add some white to my palette. Oh, I already have white. Let me grab a brush and I'm going to make a little daisy. So I'm going to add a little bit of a yellow just to the center. That's my daisy. Oopsie daisy. That's what happened when I spilled the paint. All right, and I'm just going to go into my white. It actually has a little bit of blue in it, but I don't mind. And I'm going to make just some little daisy petals. So we're going to smush down and pull in. Load your brush. Right beside it, smush down, pull in. Load, smush down, pull in and raise. Push down, pull in. We'll enlarge that center to meet the petals. Push down, raise up as you get closer to the center. And one more. Well, let's expand that one a little and that one a little to make them all meet. All right, so now let's just grab up a little more of that yellow and fill in. There we are. And a little bit of that white just in the middle. Hey, how about a little green too? Just a tiny amount, right? And a couple of little spots. All right, so we're gonna let that dry. How are we doing? I think the sunflower needs to be bigger. We're gonna work on that because I'm looking at it and I'm like, that is the tiniest sunflower ever. So let's rethink. So I'm just gonna come in and I'm gonna make it bigger. That's more like it. That was like the baby sunflower. It's not an accurate. I'm gonna bring a little bit of it in and around. All right, we're gonna work with that. That's a little better. Thank you, Jennifer. Okay, let's see. Let's do the iris. So I'm gonna start with a light purple and some white mixed in with that. So we'll do that a little bit. And then I didn't really have a dark purple here. So I'm gonna put some of the Prussian in with the dark once I get to that part. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just kind of outline my iris, I think, okay? Because I've actually never painted, thank you, Charlotte. Never, and thank you, Jennifer, painted an iris before, so bear with me. Don't judge me. If I get it wrong, it's gonna be okay. Don't judge me. So I'm gonna go with just outlining. I think that needs to be fatter. I did go and look at some irises online. So I just kind of found a simple design and that's what I'm going with. Because I like to practice a little bit normally before I get all involved in that. So the bottom is almost like a little heart shape. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to do a little something like this. Y'all don't judge me. I feel it. Stop it. I'm just kidding. And we're going to come over here and do another little something. Then I'm just going to grab up a little bit of my white into this purple. I'm going to do a little bit of highlighting. Try not to get my hand in all that. But I'm going to come around and just a little bit of highlighting in a couple of spots here and there. And then we'll add a little dark to it. So let's highlight. Then I'm going to grab some of that Prussian. I'm going to touch it into my purple and see if I can come up with a blurple. Nice blurple color. And we will hit some of the opposite edges with the blurple, right? Now, I'm going to come back with this and kind of add a little blendy so it's not so, hang on y'all, I'm futzing. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, thank you. I think if I'm not mistaken, it has some yellow in the center. So let's do that. Some yellow. And we need to fatten up that stem. So let's take some green and fatten that stem up a little. A little white. Whoops, that's all right. Got a little green in there. I don't even mind. Don't mind a little at all. That's, hang on y'all, got a little something in there, like a paint booger or something. So let's get some of that purple back in. All right, so maybe it's not perfect, but I'm not terribly unhappy with it. So we're gonna go with that. We'll add a little gold to him when it's time to be golden. And there we go. All right, so now let's do a quick little rose somewhere. Oops, 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 oops. I feel like my perspective is off. Like that should have been a bigger flower and might make it a little bit bigger, the outside leaves, because I just feel like because I'm being shy about it, I'm feeling like unsure, then I'm going a little too small. So we're gonna just like we do with the sunflower, we're gonna make it just a little bigger. Painting something for the first time ever publicly is kind of scary. Kind of. I'm gonna grab a little bit of that white again. And just give myself a little highlights. All right. Now I feel like, is there black in the center too? Oh, I think so too. I think we're going to make that even bigger. Now I'm feeling that. Now. Well, I can't fit the palette and the art piece on together because Facebook won't let me go sideways. So this is kind of my options. All right, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna add one little dot of black on my palette, and I'm just gonna put a few little black dots in the middle here as well. And I'll add a few more yellow. Yeah, y'all, I'm not perfect by any stretch. I think I've made that perfectly clear. Hey, girls. Okay, so now, rose, something I feel good about. We're gonna add a rose. I think I'm gonna just stick it right next to that purple flower. I'm gonna go with, I'm gonna start with watermelon. Y'all, I literally have no idea what I'm doing right now, okay? No idea. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put a blob of this watermelon where I want my rose, which is gonna be like right in here. So we're just going to add that right here. We can even go right over our hydrangea a little. I'm gonna put a little bit of white in there to lighten that up just a smidge. Yeah, I try to use my plates until they are unusable. This one's on the cusp, trust me. It is on the cusp. All right, so I'm gonna hit this with a dryer real quick because I'm afraid I'm gonna put my hand in stuff. So give me 10 seconds. Keep thinking I'm gonna get my hand in that hydrangea and it's going to be bad. Okay, so I'm gonna rinse and then I'm gonna pull out some dragon fruit. Let's pull the dragon fruit out of retirement. Not that it's ever been in retirement or ever will be. It's my favorite color. Favorite pink of all times. So I cleaned my brush. I'm going to go into the watermelon, or not watermelon, that is dragon fruit. And I'm just going to make some C's on top of what we did. I'm going to wipe off a little bit of that pink. Oh, I don't have white now. Hang on. And hang on, y'all. I'm going to add in some of this white on top of the pink. I wish I had a red. Don't have a red. That's okay. I'm gonna grab up a little bit of that watermelon again. And there's our little faux rose. A little bit of that dark right there. Okay, rose. One rose in. Okay, so let's see. Oh, my stress level is way too high over that. I'm gonna come in and do something I'm super comfortable with. I'm gonna fix our sunflower. I feel good. I feel good about my little sunflower. And just adding a little more color. And then a little bit of cinnamon on top. A little cinnamon. A little straw. I'm gonna turn this a little bit. Get a little bit of that straw color, bring that in. Cinnamon, sorry. And now I'm gonna grab a little bit of white on my brush and we'll come and add a smidge of that as well. Right on top here and there. All right. I'm gonna throw a little bit more brown in. I'm scared to touch my brown, y'all. Scared to touch it. Hey, Gary. I'm amazed at my coloring of flowers too. Right now I am, because I think once I spilled the brown, my stress level went off the charts. So I need to just chill out, take a breath. I need my red coffee, and it'll be all right, right? It's just a little art project, right? Don't freak out. All right, let's put the top back on that brown before I make a mess again. Anybody else need a shout out besides Gary? Let's see, the heat gun is a wonderful investment. He's loving the flowers. Maybe you'll win this, Sheila. Let's see. Now, what do I want to do? I'm like, I don't know what I want to do. Let's do something. Let's do another rose, because I love those over here, and let's do it in a lighter color. He's having his blue can of coffee. I love that. I love that. Have your blue can of coffee. So I'm going to get my poodle skirt pink, and we're going to just throw in another rose because we can. I'm going to make this one a little sideways. So we're just going to kind of do it like this. Make it like a bowl, and then come over and close the bowl. All right. Now I'm going to grab a little bit of that dragon fruit. I'm going to come on the outside. And let's just add a few little bits of that dark color. Then I'll grab a little white, smear that around so it turns into a pale, pale pink. And we'll fill in a couple of those spots. I'll get a little more of that darker pink and just give myself a little rose. Hang on. Need to offload. I got white in my pink, so I'm having to come at the side. And we'll grab a little watermelon. All right, we're gonna let that be. That's a sideways rose. Yes, the lilacs, I think I'm gonna do lilac, a lilac next. I'm gonna bring it out like right here because it's gonna be very similar to the hydrangea and we're gonna be using those same colors. So since they're on my plate, let's just go ahead and do that. They're gonna just be a little smaller, so I'm gonna try to use a little bit of a smaller brush. We don't want them to be quite as big as the hydrangea, okay? And it's kind of like a cone. So I'm gonna just kind of get a little bit of purple on my brush, and I'm just gonna start like making that main form. So it's gonna be a little like a cone. And then we'll do a little offshoot of a cone. Let's make it bigger. I don't know why I'm being so shy. I'm being so shy. Let's do that. All right, so that is our basic form. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go in to our, I'm gonna use this Prussian because I wish I had a dark purple with me, but I don't. But we're gonna do just dots of the Prussian, and I'm gonna wipe that off. I'm gonna come in to the purple, which is Purple Rain, Prince Purple Rain, and I'm gonna dot right on top of that Prussian. And I'm gonna work in like little sections so I don't get overwhelmed. And then I'm gonna go into the white and I'll come right on top of that with white, and we're just gonna build that color. All right, so one little section, I'm gonna do, again, go with my Prussian. I need a little more. I didn't know this was going to stress me out so much, y'all. I don't know what's wrong with me. I think I just haven't felt good, and everything is stressing me out right now. I'm like, I don't know if I can do it. Because I don't know about you guys, but as a creative, I have found, and you guys tell me if you think it's the same for you. As a creative, I find sometimes that when I don't feel good, I really struggle with being creative. It's like when I am not feeling my best, I don't want to create, or I just struggle with creating. Do you guys feel that too? Give me some hearts. Tell me I'm not by myself. All right, so we'll come with the Purple Rain. Maybe a little bit more. We're gonna add some of that purple back on top. Back. Then we'll get a little white and we'll just keep going. White in. Yeah, see? I feel, y'all, I swear right now, I know that y'all think I am fairly confident, and I am most of the time, but right now I'm feeling the pressure. not always as confident as I might pretend to be. Sometimes I'm like, oh no, I'm going to get on there and they're going to think, what in the world is this woman doing? So a little bit of the other purple right on top. A little bit of white. And I'm going to grab a little bit of green on my brush. Oops. And not the pink. And we're going to make like a little stem here that comes off of that one and bring it down a little. All right. Not too bad. Not too bad. Okay, while we're playing, I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to go into my white and we are going to add a little more white to our daisy. So it's nice and opaque. Just build in flowers, build in color. All right, I don't know what to do next. All right, I'm going to come back in, get a little bit of that straw, pounce on that again. Maybe just a smidge of that cinnamon just to create a little interest shadow there. All right, I feel like we need something here. I'm just scared. I don't know what it is. Oh, I don't have a carnation on my page. Another daisy. I could do another daisy over here. Should it be white or yellow? And then maybe we can get a poppy. Let's do, real quick, while I have pink out, let's do a poppy. And then I think, y'all tell me if I should do a yellow or a white daisy. Let me find a flat brush. This one's perfect. White and yellow. White daisy. Okay, we'll do another white one on the other side, but let me go in real quick and I'm going to start with my pale pink. And I got to get all this water out of my brush. And I'm just going to start building me a little poppy. All right, so I'm going to start. Yes, we can do some baby's breath. I'm going to just go right here. I'm going to start with my outside edge. And a poppy is basically going to just be a jaggedy petal. And then I'm going to get a little more. Got too much water on my brush. And we're going to do, we'll come down a little and let's do another little jagged petal. Then we'll get a little more. I'm going to touch one corner into that watermelon. And I'm going to go right here and we're going to go just across a little. We'll fill in a minute, don't worry. And I'm going to get a little bit of watermelon on the corner again. And I'm going to do I'm going to get a little bit of watermelon again. And let's give this need it on the corner. Hey, Leslie. Let's get it on the corner. I'm going to get pink on one side and daisy, or watermelon on the other. Daisy. Let's see. All right, so then I'm going to go across. I'm going to go across and across. I feel like I want the dragon fruit and not that red. Okay, hang on, y'all. I'm futzing again. Forgive the futz. I'm just trying to outline the petals a little better. Give them some definition. All right. Not really thrilled with that, but I stress a little. Y'all, my confidence is shot. Okay, so I'm going to get a little bit of white on the corner of my brush. Blend that in a little. I'm going to come over and just add a little white. A little more than that. A little white. Then I'm going to throw a little brown in. Again, I'm going to have to open the bottle for that because I'm keeping it closed because I'm obviously dangerous. So I'm going to add a little bit of brown and we're just going to put that right in the middle. All right, now we'll do some line work with our pen in a minute, but let's go ahead and do another daisy. I'm just going to add my center, and then we'll work around that. We'll make it a little smidgy bigger this time. So I have my white. So I'm just going to go into it. It's got a little other color mixed in, but we're going to work with whatever that is. A little pink maybe. So I'm going to go in. I got my brush fully loaded. So I'm going to come out, touch down, push, and then pull up. All right. We'll move around. We're going to touch down. And as you pull towards the center, pull your brush up. Push down, pull up. Push down, pull up. I feel like I'm on repeats. Push down, pull up. Back in the paint because you want it really nice and loaded. I feel like I did it again. Push down, pull up. I'm going to make that fatter. I did not plan properly. We'll fatten them up on the second coat because the black over the white. Oh, not too bad. Okay, I'm going to take a little breath, and I think here's what we're going to do. I am going to get my little tiny baby brush, and we're going to add, where's my other tiny little baby brush? I'm going to come in with, I'm actually think I'm going to use this French blue, which is on my plate. So I'm going to just use what's here. Just wet it a little so it's runny, reinvigorate it. And I'm going to add just dots of blue here. Let's do a better job. Dot, dot, dot. I'm going to come in with the back side of my brush. I'm just going to put a dot of white, just to give them that added dimension. And over here, let's do, I feel like, okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to get some green on my brush, roll it around so I can make a stream. I'm going to come in, I'm going to actually fill in here a little so it's not quite so, oh, I needed to do that anyway, didn't I? So it's not so bare in there, but I'm going to come up right here, and I'm going to come up right here, and we're going to add something there. I'm going to go a little more here, and we're going to come up and fill in, and we'll add something there. I'm going to get some of the dark green on my brush, and we're going to finish up this little sunflower here. A little bit of white. All right. I'm going to add a little bit of that right there to that. Okay. Oh. All right. So, and then we can add more leaves here and there if we need to. Just want to fill in some empty space so it's not bare. Okay. And we're going to spruce it up with a little line work. So I'm going to get my whites on the end, and I'm going to literally, let me make sure I'm just going to start making dots. Some are going to be bigger, some are going to be small. Just adding a little bit of color wherever we feel like it needs a little something. I need to get one of those dauber tools. I think about that every time I'm doing this, and then when I'm not doing it, I don't think about it. All right. So now over here, we're going to do yellow. I'm going to go right out of my lid, y'all. Okay, so show of hands. Okay, I've been painting pretty much my whole life. Pretty much my entire life. So who in your past painting adventures has ever licked your brush to get it wet? Just like, oh, this needs to be wet. Who's done that? Just me? I know it ain't just me. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, it's just me. All right, I'm gonna make some yellow flowers too. Felt like we needed some balance. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it wasn't just me. Surely it wasn't just me. I need to make these bigger. They're not leaves. I swear. I've done that so many times. I've done it with paint on the brush. I've done it when it was dry. I've done it. Yes, I know. We've all licked the brush. That's hilarious. All right, I'm putting a little bit of white, and we're just going to add a touch of white to these little yellow buds. Okay. Now, let's review. Let's see what we've got here. And I think I'm gonna add, oh gosh, y'all, I feel like I need to add something. Where's all my little sketches? All right, I'm gonna go with, what color is missing? It's a color, it's gotta be a color I have too. So let me see. I'm gonna go crazy, and I'm gonna use this color. It's turquoise blue. All right. Yes, we've all done that, Candy. I'm pretty sure anybody who has ever painted has done that. That's pretty funny. Okay, so I'm just gonna throw in a little bit of this blue somewhere. I'm thinking maybe several places. Just gonna come in, I'm gonna make myself a little green line. I'm gonna give myself a stem, like right here. Then I'm gonna grab this blue, and I'm gonna make just, I don't know, I'm gonna make this. And then we'll do it again, right on top. I messed that one up, but we're gonna keep going. Y'all know I hate even numbers, so we're gonna go, well, not there. All right, I'm gonna do one here as well. And we'll bring it in. I'm gonna grab a little bit of this dark blue, just so it's not all one color. And we're gonna add, I think, get a little water. Mixing my own color right now, because it's not the color I want it to be. I'm going to throw in a little white. Oops, hang on. And we'll go on the other side. It's not doing what I want it to do. Hang on, y'all. All right, then we're going to add a little yellow in the middle of this, because I don't know what that flower is. Just felt like we needed a little something going on there. So I'm just going to dot in a tiny bit of yellow in the center. And what are we missing now? What is missing? A little whites. Obviously a little pink too. All right. Cornflower. I don't know what a cornflower looks like, so Let me see. I'm feeling like I just need to add in some random nondescript, like I have this color. It is bright salmon. I'm going to put a tiny amount and we're just going to make a flower. Okay, I'm just going to do like, I'm just going to make something right here that is like, hang on, let me wrap my head around it. I'm just going to do, I don't know what I'm doing. This is not even like a flower. It's just something, a shape I made up in my head. So just to add a little more something. All right, we're gonna give him a vein. And I don't have any red. Yeah, let's just add, here's what I'm gonna do. I was doing that thing again. All right, I need to get some green. Yeah, I didn't really do a good job of placement, but I'm not really mad about it. We'll add a little. All right. I'm futzing again, y'all. I need to stop. What's that blue flower called? I cannot think of it to save my life. It's a blue flower and it kind of comes up into a cone shape. All right, I'm about to be done, y'all. We need to dry this. We still got resin. I am futzing way too much. We are going to wrap it up. I'm going to dry this. We're going to do detail. Crocus, that's it. I love those. They're kind of big though, but we're going to stop because I could just add and paint all night. I'm going to get this dry. I'm going to add a little glass. I need to add, before we stop, hang on, I need to add my last daisy is, she feels naked. She naked. She needs a little more love. So we're going to give her a little more love. Fill her in. then we'll dry. All right, let's beef up that yellow, then we will get her done. We'll beef this up. All right, we're gonna blow dry, we're gonna detail, we're gonna glass. We're gonna add some gold. Let's do it. Okay, let's use our pen. I know somebody's never seen this before, so maybe one of you guys, Catherine or somebody, can tell everybody what kind of pen this is. It is the best pen in the universe. So I'm gonna start outlining my flowers, just short, quick strokes. I'm not trying to be perfect, and I'm gonna just come around like that. Just quick strokes. Stroke, let's get that. Sunflower petals. We'll go around, just wiggle, wiggle. All right, I'm gonna make a little quick line through here, and I'm just gonna make some little circles around a few of my circles just to separate and define them. We'll come down here, and I don't know what this is, but we will define that as well. I don't think we're going to do anything crazy to our hydrangea. We're going to let it be. Let's define these little blue flowers. Here. Just make a few little dots in the middle. All right, this, we'll make a few little black dots in the middle of that. Come over here, outline our little yellow. And daisy again. Then our rose. See how this starts to really come to life once you give it a little outline? So we're going to outline our rose. I like to just make squiggly lines that kind of don't really overlap, but they don't touch either. This poppy. We'll make a little. And here I think I'm just going to make a few like dark circles inside these. And just a few lines in the middle. And did I miss anything? I don't think I did, but we're gonna do a little golds, all right? So my favorite pen today is this Deco Color Gold. I'm gonna prep it a little. You wanna shake it and then like bleed it. Mine looks good. So I am gonna just hit a couple of spaces, okay? I wanna hit a couple, just light. Oh, let's do this. Weird flower that we don't really know what is. And we'll do a couple of spots on the rose. I'm just gonna do the inside of that daisy on both of them. We'll do, I think less is more with this gold pen. So you're really just making accents, okay? We'll add a little bit in the middle of there. A little bit for these little puppies. We'll put a little bit in the middle and maybe just one line or two there. And in our hydrangea, I think I'm gonna make dots. I'm just gonna come in very lightly and add some tiny gold dots. And we'll do the same with the iris. We'll just throw in a few gold dots. We'll add a little gold on a few of these. Make a couple of gold dots. So really just whatever your little heart desires. Again, my personal choice is less is more, but sometimes more is more. So just a few highlights here and there. Let's highlight that leaf. We'll put a few, like just spots of gold here and there. All right, I'm gonna do just a few streaks. Okay, y'all wanna see this up close and personal? This is so pretty. Oh my goodness, look. Can you see how that is making it pop? Oh my gosh, I love it. Now guys, I brought this little piece of vase glass. It's just a little curve. It was a petal and I just broke off the edges so it would lay flat. So I brought that to add to this. And I think what my intention was to just take some clear glass but I don't think that's it now. I don't think that's the ticket at this point. I don't know what I was thinking, but I was just thinking about doing something like that. But I don't want to do that now, okay? So I think what I'm going to do is, I don't know. I may just add my, I don't know, hang on. I'm trying to decide, y'all. I was very anxious. I don't know what's wrong with me. I do have green somewhere. Where's my green? I know I brought it. Where's green? I may just add a little green to my stem area and then add my little wrap. And it didn't, things didn't turn out the way it was going to be in my head. And so I think we'll do a little bit of green down here. I want it to look like a bouquet, not so much a vase. So I think we're going to just give it a little umph with the green. A little something. These kind of are leafy shapes too, so that's not a terrible thing. Let's put that one over there. And then we'll add our little piece that's kind of acting as our band that holds all our glass bits together. Now being very retentive. Let me wipe it off. We'll add this in here. Higher. Hang on, guys. You gotta lay flat for it to do right. There. Right. Then we'll throw on some bubbles after it is resined, and we'll just see what happens. We can add some seed beads. We can add, actually, I'm going to make that a little smaller. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these nippers. I'm just going to nip off a tiny bit. Pray to God it doesn't break completely. There we go. So I broke off like a 1/4 inch because it was a little wide. So let's do that. Now it will lay flat. There we go. Much better. That's resin, guys. Let's do it. I think an ounce of resin is plenty. I am going to get a clean brush and just get rid of some of that debris that I can suddenly see. And guys, look what I have. Vitrograph. That was too fast. I want a baby piece. I forgot I brought these. Let's break that off at the edge. I'm just going to put one here. And one. I don't think I like this. I don't like it. Let me see if I have skinnier ones. Can't have 2 though. I need 3. Let me break this. All right, so let's add, we'll add a little bit of that. 3 pieces, plenty. May have to rearrange it a little bit once we get the resin on. I'm going to move that off. We're going to pour resin and see what we think. I'm going to mix an ounce. Well, that's a leaf. That's a big old thing. All right, I'm going to mix an ounce. So we'll do a 1/2 ounce in each. And y'all don't let me forget to add the band back on. So I'll do a 1/2 ounce of hardener. This is probably too much for this little canvas with hardly any glass, but I am right now at the better safe than sorry mode. All right, so let me get my gloves on. Eek. Where'd my scissors go? Okay. Gloves. We are ready to go. We may add a little more glass we'll just see. We're gonna resin and then we will determine if we are done or not. Move all the stuff away. So let's get that back over. We'll add that there. And resin, we'll start with the hardener and we're going to do 1/2 ounce of hardener. Boom. And we'll do 1/2 ounce of resin in this one. Ooh, I don't know why it stressed me out so much. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right, all these colors. I wouldn't even begin to know what I used, y'all. Oh, look at this piece. Maybe that's better. Nope, not big enough. All right, so I'm gonna dump my resin into my hardener and hopefully we'll have plenty of mixing space left. And we are gonna stir this for 3 minutes to mix our resin and hardener together. Let's get it all out. So we're going to do this for 3 minutes. And so anytime, you show the new ladies your flower wall you made for your son's wedding. I do. It's on, it's actually going in my studio. I bought an Art Shattered sign. And it's going to go in my studio and I'm going to put Art Shattered over the top. So it is going to be super fun. So that'll be a fun time to show them. So anybody who has any questions, now that I'm not painting and stressing out, if you have a question for me, I would love to answer your question. Just pop it in if nobody's answered it already. If you have a question about the shattered circle, again, we are, because of technical issues that were 1000% my faults. We have decided to keep the membership open for at least till tomorrow, or I'm sorry, Tuesday, when I leave to go out of town to get Mr. Gray, Stephen Gray. That one, maybe not. Well, probably so because it's too long and it's hanging over the edge. So we're going to leave it open because we had a plethora of people yesterday and today struggling to get in because of me. So we're going to leave it open. So if you've been on the fence, it's your lucky day. Don't wait too much longer though because we are going to be closing it. Sharpies are not compatible with resin. It is called Vitrograph and you can get it on Etsy, your area expertise. Oh, we all do that sometimes. I mean, even me, even I get like, oh, no. Normally, you just don't see that part. You don't normally see that side. It's like behind the scenes, but today you got it in full view. I am not tech savvy at all. And my OBM had a baby and I've been trying to take up the slack so that she can be the mommy that she needs to be and love on her bitty baby. And yeah, I didn't do a great job. So we're gonna like extend it just for a little bit. So you guys, if you've been on the fence, please go join now because once we do close it, it is going to be closed until October. We're not doing this again until October. And you do not want to miss all the fun we're having all summer. All right, so let me see if I can do something real quick. I don't know why I can't do that. So yes, Billy, that baby is so adorable too. Catherine says my time is up. Catherine, could you pop in the link to the shattered circle in case there's some somebody that actually is still here after all this time of me stressing out. I'm gonna actually take these off and then we'll add them back. I need to break one. So I'm gonna just go ahead and add my resin. I'm gonna start down here with my glass. And we'll add resin on the canvas. Then we'll go back and put our vitrograph back on, break it like it needs to be, and decide if we need to throw in some bubbles, some seed beads. What do I have? I feel lost not having all the things like at my studio. It is very disconcerting to not have everything. So I'm going to go ahead and just pour a little bit of that onto my canvas. I still have some in my cup, but I want to spread it. Oh my gosh, y'all. The resin just makes everything pop. Thank you, Susan. So I'm going to spread it to the edge. Make sure we cover everything. I need more. I was trying to be chinchy. All the way to the edge. Ugh, my glove. Oh, I have wet paint from somewhere. Uh-oh, maybe it was just from my table. So I'm going to turn this a little just so I have easier access. Thank you, Monique. That makes me feel so much better because I was really panicking. You know, some of these flowers I've never painted, and then it was just like, I need to fill in some spots. But I really appreciate you saying that because I really don't feel really that secure about it right now. So I literally needed to hear that. I appreciate you so much. Really did need to hear that. So we're going to rub all that in. I'm going to turn this back around, and I am going, this was my too long piece of vitrograph, so I'm going to break off the end, just about 2 inches. Ugh. All right, and then I'm going to use the resin that's on my fingers to kind of saturate that a little, and I'm going to tuck him right in here. Right into the glass at the bottom and then sticking up amongst the rest of the flowers. All right, so now I feel like I want, that one's too curvy. I really love this one, but I'm wondering if it's too fat, but I'm gonna stick him in. I'm gonna put a little bit of resin on him, smear it in with my fingers, and then I'm gonna stick him in right over here with this one. Perfect. And then we have this one. Again, I'm going to get a little bit of this. We'll smear it on. Thank you, Debbie. And we're going to put him right here. Now I'm going to add my little piece of glass back. I'm going to put some resin on both sides of that. Then I'm going to lay this down right here, and that's kind of like if this were an actual bouquet, it's that little banding that is holding your bouquet together. Now I have a couple cute little pieces of glass I wanted to add back in. Like that little piece of glass was shaped kind of like a leaf. So I do like that, and I want to snug him back in. Look, vitrograph. Get where you're supposed to be. You're trying to fight me. All right, and I thought I had another piece, but maybe I didn't. So now I'm going to do a little bit right on top of that band. And I actually have about not even a quarter. I'm trying to see where it is. So hard to see the lines. 1/8 of an ounce left. So if you're heavy-handed or plan to add more glass, that ounce is probably about right. I'm a little light-handed. Let's pop our bubbles, then we will review. I'm trying not to blow my vitrac. Because it is easy, even if you're not super close, it's easy to move that around. So, all right. That is super cute, but I can see a little skippy, and now I have to touch my old sticky piece. My little sticky stick, my sticky stick. Okay, I think that was about it. There might be a little dot there. All right, let me put that down. All right, guys, what do you think? I am just noticing something that's gonna make me crazy. In our vase, I am gonna add some bubbles. In our vase, it is a U shape. It looks like a Texas Longhorn. So we're gonna add one more piece of vitrograph, maybe across the top. I'm gonna try to break that. Let me do it over here so it doesn't break into my resin. Oh gosh, I need to put a glove back on. So I don't like that. Thank you, Lee. So we're gonna add resin to the vitrograph. Then I'm gonna add it here and make it overlap. Just a wee, hang on, I gotta situate that correctly. Give me a sec. Do I want to go that way or this way? Let's go this way. Because I just didn't like the Longhorn look, so we'll add that. And I don't really have, hang on, maybe one more, because now there's 4. Yeah, I didn't even notice it until the resin. And then I was like, what is that? So we're gonna add one more. I'm gonna resin with my fingers and overlap right there. Now I'm gonna scooch this over and try to do this one-handed. I'm gonna add a little resin right on top of those pieces. We can't have it looking like a Texas Longhorn. All right, and here's what I'm gonna do too. I'm gonna save that because I'm gonna add just a few more nuggets of glass right in here. Y'all, I can't stop. Somebody's gonna have to stop me. And I'm gonna use my stylus to move those around because they kind of went a little crazy. Let's get you where you belong. And we're gonna add you here. And I'm finding some like things that look like leaf shapes, so it's so tempting. There. Now, last time I promise. I'm done, y'all, I promise. Right, add right back over that. And then we're gonna add some bubbles. I gotta get this sticky off my fingers. Give me a second to get that off. It is crooked, but that's okay. It's supposed to be a bow or a band around a bouquet. So if it's a little crooked, I'll straighten it up if it is bothersome. But yeah, the glass is actually crooked, so there, that's better. All right, so now I'm gonna grab some bubbles. cute little bubbles, and we're gonna just throw them around like nobody's business. I'm gonna literally come from the bag. I like it crooked. So I'm just going to sprinkle in bubbles randomly. They're coming out a little too crazy. So I'm just gonna, and these are clear, so they're not gonna interfere with the flowers. So we're gonna add a few here and there. And we're gonna do one more thing, guys. One. We'll put a couple right in there. And I have seed beads. Just a few of these iridescent clear, I think they're called crystal luster, left in a cup from last night or whenever I used it. So I am also going to just add those. Boom, boom, boom. A little frost on the flowers, a little dew, a little moisture. Boom. Voila. What do you think? Hang on, I got a little drip here. I'm gonna wipe it off with my alcohol wipe. And a fingerprint. So I'm gonna raise this up right after I get this, what is probably a dog hair or a cat hair out. Nobody wants that. Let's see. Got it. All right, let's look at this close up and personal. I'm gonna get as close as I can. Move it around a little. So there is your bouquet of flowers. And if you're in the Shattered Circle, you know I did not have a tracer for this, but I will do my very best to recreate this for you guys. Don't be mad if it's not perfect. But I'll do my best to recreate it and do a supply list because I think you guys are gonna love this. It is so cute. I absolutely love it. We will be getting